Hey guys, this is Josh, guitarist from the band A Sound of Thunder, and I'm here today to do something completely unrelated to A Sound of Thunder and something I've never done before, which is a CD review. And I'm going to talk about the Columbia Albums collection from Blue Oyster Cult, which I just got. If you know me at all, you know I'm a huge Blue Oyster Cult fan, and if you've seen A Sound of Thunder live, you've probably noticed that I play one of these. This weird guitar that's missing a piece up here, the Steinberger, tuned to the bridge, no headstock. And the reason I play this is because I'm a huge Buck Dharma fan, lead guitarist for Blue Oyster Cult. He's been playing one of these since I've seen them live, and I was kind of fascinated by it as a kid and started playing them as an adult, and I love them. So to me, man, Led Zeppelin's always been a little overrated, and the great three 70s hard rock bands were Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Blue Oyster Cult. So if you're a fan of us and you haven't checked out Blue Oyster Cult, you need to do that. So anyways, we're going to talk about this box set right here, the Columbia Albums collection, and this is a complete collection of everything from the first Blue Oyster Cult album in 1972 straight up to Imaginos in 1988. And if you're a casual fan, or if you're kind of somewhere in the middle, this is probably everything you need. And if you're a hardcore fan, you're only going to be missing a couple things if you don't have this. The only other albums you need are Long Day's Night. This is their most recent live album. The Stock Forest Group recording, St. Cecilia, from before the first album. This is Bad Channels, a soundtrack that's got two really good Blue Oyster Cult songs on it. This came out right after Imaginos. Heaven Forbid, complete studio album from the 90s. And the follow-up, Curse of the Hidden Mirror. So, not too much there. If you have this little bit of stuff, and you have this new box set, you've got pretty much everything. So right off the bat, I'll talk about packaging. Not too impressive to start with. This artwork looks like it's sort of maybe based on the first album, but it's a cheap Photoshop job. They did not put a lot of effort into the packaging. It's a thin cardboard clamshell box. As you can see, it's not very big. Opens up like this, and the reason it's not very big is because all of the albums are mini LP replicas. Here's the first album, goes right on through. They're all little cardboard slipcases. You get the original art front and back, but there's no booklets inside. And the artwork on the discs, for most of them, sort of approximates an old vinyl center label. So, as you can see, no other credits, nothing else in there. And what they've done about that is to have one bigger booklet in the box set that covers all the discs. And again, kind of cheap cover art. Open it right up. There's a picture that most of us have seen before. Kind of your standard reissue essay. It's only 3 pages. Nothing wrong with it, but it's nothing special. There are some photos in here I haven't ever seen before, which is cool. And then, for the most part, it's just the track listing and the credits for the individual albums. So really nothing special. Don't buy this set for the booklet, but at least you have the basic information you need here. The only other thing that's in the box set is this little mini booklet, and this is for the 4 live show downloads that come with the set. If you buy the set, you get all the 16 discs and the DVD, but you also get 4 shows to download off the internet, and this is your download code. So I'll get into that more later. The remasterings themselves, if you followed the band and their catalog, you know that they got maybe halfway through a remastering program in the early 2000s, and then they kind of stopped. I think the band had some problems getting money from Sony, and they didn't really want to cooperate. Now, I guess because it's the 40th anniversary of the first album, they kind of got stuff done. So anyways, the albums that did have previous remasterings, the first 3, Agents of Fortune, Spectres, and Some Enchanted Evening, these are the exact same discs as the previous remasters, so you're not getting any new masterings, and these do include the bonus tracks from those editions right on the discs. The other albums that weren't remastered, including On Your Feet or On Your Knees, Mirrors, Revolution by Night, and some of the other ones. Those are new remasterings for 2012, but they don't have the bonus tracks on the disc. There are bonus tracks, but what they've done is they've just put them on a separate disc. This is the rarities disc. So we assume if they had done separate editions of the remasters, or if there are separate remasters in the future, that these tracks would have been split up and put on the individual albums. But instead we have them here on one disc. For the most part, it's new live recordings that we haven't heard before. There's some on here from '79 on the Mirrors tour. There's the Blue Oyster Cult bootleg EP is on here. Really the most notable thing on here are the demos from the Teacher's soundtrack, which was a soundtrack that was going to include 3 Blue Oyster Cult songs. And I don't know if the movie didn't come out or they just didn't use BOC's songs. But there's 3 original tracks on here that are from the time period between Revolution by Night and Club Ninja. And they're pretty cool. So the rarities are, again, I wouldn't buy the box set for these. But at least you're getting those, which are kind of expected bonuses with remasters these days. The sound quality is good, but I'm going to put a caveat out there. I'm not a hi-fi buff. I've listened to this stuff on my car stereo and on my iPod at the gym. That's just how I listen to music. When people complain about remasters being too loud and not having enough dynamics, normally I don't hear that difference. It doesn't bug me. So if you're a hi-fi buff and you want that kind of information, you need to find out from somebody else. But I have a sophisticated enough ear to tell the difference when they've really pumped an album up a lot. And to me, they have done a good job with these. They've kind of taken the middle ground. It's definitely a lot louder than the old CD versions. I can definitely hear new bits of the music that I've never heard before. BOC's got a lot of guitar tracks, a lot of keys and pads and interesting stuff going on. And right off the bat, I listened to Mirrors first, and I could hear stuff on that album that I'd never heard before. But it's not fatiguing to my ear. It's not too loud to me. So I think they did a very good job with remastering. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Getting back to the live stuff, these are the 4 shows again. The track lists are really cool. There's some rare stuff. Lips in the Hills live, Joan Crawford. They're just cool track lists. And the best thing about these shows to me, the first one is from the Cultosaurus tour, and the next one is from the Fire of Unknown Origin tour, and you got Albert on drums on both of those. I like the album Extraterrestrial Live, but I was always disappointed that there wasn't a full live album or a full show from that era with Albert on drums, because Rick Downey replaced him and plays drums on most of the tracks. So now you got full shows from that era with Albert. Also, these are all originally radio broadcasts, so they're better than bootlegs, but they're not recorded with the same care as an official live album. So somewhere in the middle, to me, they're definitely worth putting out, worth hearing, but just be forewarned that they don't sound like Some Enchanted Evening. They're a little lower quality than that. So that's it, guys. Really, this was $115. It's an exceptional value. Blue Oyster Cult is an amazing band. Even if you own some of this stuff, some of the remasters already, the sound quality is really good. So there's not much else to say. It's a great band. It's a great product. You should buy this. If you don't own this, you don't know rock and roll. I'm sorry. You just don't. Get it.